Am I introducing? Are you introducing?
Video games are very much your thing. I think you should, because you get like retro video games.
Woo! Yay! Hello and welcome to 3/3 Game Nerds. I am Adam.
I'm Wynnie.
And I'm Eric.
And today we're talking about our first video game memories. So, as you can tell, I get a little excited about video games.
Just a little
my
bit.
collection has been behind us the whole time. But I'm going to let somebody else go first. Ladies first.
Oh, gentlemen for once. Okay. I was trying to remember exactly, because technically, there's the really old school video games. I was trying to remember the first video game that was, really kind of engaging for me, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Actually doing stuff, not just, Tetris and...
What are you talking about?
all the arcade style video games that you'd play that, didn't really amount, it didn't amount to much. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
That didn't have, a storyline or anything. So, I remembered Mario, and I remembered Zelda, because, my parents played Zelda.
Sure. And
I was like, well, I don't know which one really came first, but, it was Super Mario Brothers. The Super Mario Brothers with the Duck Hunt is more what, my older siblings played, so, I remember, watching it, and I probably tried it a couple times, but I definitely was not very good at video games, not gonna lie. I'm still not very good at video games. I was one of those people who I'd get to the boss and I'd be like, tell my brother, sister, okay, you need to beat the boss for me.
But wait, how old were you with this memory?
Very young.
7, 8, 6?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere in there. I don't know. What are memories?
But the Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt cartridges, of course, was the pack-in with the original NES system.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody had it. Everybody.
I wish it had, wanted to know what year it came out. I was just curious.
I don't remember years.
But I definitely remember playing Super Mario Brothers 2.
Which is one of my all-time favorite games ever, too.
It's just so fun, and it was, actually, really different.
Mm-hmm.
They added a lot of new stuff, and I liked getting to play as Princess Peach.
Yes.
She'd just jump off of stuff, and then, her dress would make her float.
Yeah.
Eating your vegetables.
No, you'd pick them up and throw them at people.
I know.
And kill them. You'd kill things with your vegetables.
Vegetables are deadly. That's what I learned from that. That's why I never ate my vegetables. So the first one came out in 1985. So yeah, that's probably why that was more my sisters, my older siblings.
Sure.
But I liked that. You'd go through the little doors and end up on different platforms, and just I don't know. And it was more colorful.
Mm-hmm.
It was just brighter and happier, and a little bit less pixelated.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. But I don't know, I thought it was cool that you could do a little bit more with it.
Yeah, you'd pick between the 4 characters every game. You'd have Mario, Luigi, Princess, that we said, and Toad, and they each controlled completely different.
I wonder who Eric would have.
That would be a very hard decision.
Ha 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 ha. He says, as Toad.
Yeah, right.
But I guess that was. I know Mario is very common for a lot of people's first, because it got so big. It was just so common and so popular. Everybody was just oh, Mario, all the Mario games.
But you picked the most uncommon pick for people with Mario 2, because a lot of people hate Mario Brothers 2 and don't even consider it a Mario game, because there was a Japanese game, I can never say the name of it, but basically Super Mario Brothers 2 took that Japanese game and just reskinned it with Mario characters.
Oh, really?
So that's why it is so weird and strange compared to any other Mario game in 1, 2, and 3.
Gotcha.
That's where all these weird characters and the ability to pick things up and going through the doors to the dark world and all those things. Doki Doki Panic. Yeah, so it's not as weird of a name as I thought it was. But I've never I've never played Doki Doki Panic, but I kind of want to. But the characters are really weird guys with like turbans, and their legs are really skinny, and they run all goofy. So, but again, this is why I agree with you. This is one of my favorite games because it is so different from the rest of the Mario universe. And it's the first game that had bombs in it, which is one of my favorite characters.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yes.
I can tell you my favorite character
And
to kill.
where Shy Guys came from.
Shy Guy. I thought.
Shy Guys are in there.
I thought that came out one after it, but.
My favorite thing to kill, because it's easy. Can you guess?
The thing that shoots eggs out of its mouth.
No, that is not that easy to kill.
No. What?
Goombas.
The little mushroom guys.
There's no Goombas in Mario 2.
No, I'm talking about in general in Mario.
Oh, okay.
I was talking about in general in Mario.
But what about when they're flying Goombas?
Still, like, I like them because you stomp them. Whereas, like, shells can, like, come back and hit you. And, like, the, bomb
Those
guys
tricky
explode
shells.
and stuff. Hey, it's, like, I'm not saying I can't kill the
I
other
know,
things. It's just, the Goombas are easy because you're just like, boom, squish, you're done.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Very easy.
And then you eat their brother and become bigger.
Yeah. And then you get the green ones.
Yeah. You get extra lives.
All the fungus, but I mean
Fungus
that's
memories.
my memory, honestly. Like, and then what's great is that Nintendo has kept Mario Brothers being such a big franchise that, like, as we got older, my siblings and I would play the new games.
Mm-hmm.
We'd be introduced to things for all the different Nintendo systems that came out and stuff.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
They get you while you're young.
Yeah, like when you're and then you get hooked, like on the Wii when you could play 2-player, and if like they ran past and you hadn't caught up or whatever,
right,
you're in the bubble and you have to shake.
Yep.
So just all those memories just kind of evolve over time and get to be like, like it's like a pleasant, it's a heartwarming memory that
Yeah.
I equate with my family because we were big on the OG video games and kind of miss playing video games with my sibs.
Yep.
But what about you, Eric? What's your...
Like, I do have memories of playing Super Mario Bros. But I don't really remember much of them. But the one I can call more precisely is whenever I was in school coming home and that my parents had gotten a PlayStation 1.
PlayStation.
And they were playing Crash Bandicoot.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think that's what kind of started a lot of my...
Crash Bandicoot obsession?
Yes. Yes, was that. Just because that game... With it being such a simple platform...
Like, well, I'm here for Crash.
I'm
here for it.
It was definitely one of the games that I was just like, yes, I want to play it.
Right.
And if it wasn't that, it was Running Wild. Which
I know absolutely nothing else.
Wait, that maybe seems familiar? Tell me, what is...
Well, that's another PS1 game.
Talk a little bit about it, though.
Running Wild, basically, you race. It's a racing game where you run through different stages and you play as different animals.
So is it kind of like the 3D level in Crash, where you had the boulder coming at you and you're having to jump across the thing, except now you're racing against other people?
I would say probably similar, but more like your typical like race.
Or is it like Mario Kart but you're running?
Yeah, that's what I probably would say. It's more
okay.
Like. It's more like Mario Kart.
Were there things like where you could like slide and...
Yeah. There was
now
like
I'm
a
wondering
snow
if
level.
I might have played that.
Like there's a whole snow level where like you slide.
Mario has snow levels with penguins. I love the penguins.
Yeah, like, this was one of the games that both me and my brother were...
Because you guys are competitive.
Yes.
And
Sure.
and you could easily compete against
Yeah,
each
it was
other.
like-
And like, I'm going to win.
And wait, how old were you with this one?
See, I was living in Georgia.
Upper elementary?
Mm,
Lower elementary?
I think it was lower. Yeah, it was lower elementary. Like,
So 6th grade, 7th grade?
That's not
4th
elementary.
grade?
Wow. Second
That's
grade?
middle school.
Third grade?
probably around first grade is when they got the PlayStation with Crash. And then I think it was
Really?
second.
You were 6?
I think so.
Look at you.
And then second or third was whenever we ended up getting Running Wild
So I was right, as usual.
because we got it for Christmas. I do remember that we got it for Christmas from I forget who. But
Santa!
yeah, Santa gave this to us.
Stop.
What?
And like his tone.
Hmm.
What time?
Whatever. He's done talking. I'm cutting him off.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Adam gets excited about whatever retro video games, any video games,
Okay.
anything retro, any vintage. Go.
Okay. So I'm going all the way back to when I was 6 or 7 years old. And my parents got an Intellivision, which was the competitor to Atari. And I think the pack-in game, I'm not sure if it was a pack-in game, but I know it was one of the first games that I played when I walked into the living room, and it was skiing. This is back when games were just named what they were. They had games like, exciting titles like boxing, football,
Yeah.
baseball.
I never really liked those.
So,
I don't know why. Like, I didn't like the baseball games where you just, like, switch players. And
Yeah,
or
I
the
never
football.
got into the sports.
I was just like, meh.
but this was skiing, and it was basically you just did a downhill slalom, and it was nothing special.
Can you say that word again?
Slalom.
What is that?
It's when you ski between the flags.
I've never gone skiing. I don't know
Okay,
anything
well,
about skiing.
I watch the Winter Olympics. The Winter Olympics I get excited for. That's the only sport that I like,
Yeah?
is the Winter Olympics. Summer Olympics.
The Winter Olympics is only one sport.
Summer Olympics come as a second, and then comes hockey. But I'm not a big sports guy, but Winter Olympics I always liked. So
Okay. I learned something new today.
the funniest
Slalom.
the funniest part was, and I remember as a kid that we would always ski, and you'd go backwards, and then your guy would go down the hill a little bit, and he'd and fall, and we'd crack up every time you fell, or if you hit a tree, and you'd bust your face. It was hilarious. So skiing was one of my first memories of the whole family sitting around learning how to play Intellivision off of, and I'm going to show it to you guys, these weird ass controllers.
Wait,
The controller looks like a telephone.
It's just numbers. It's
Yes.
a remote.
And then that
I mean,
was
it
your D-pad. And
So
the controllers
did you
did
slide
something very unique where each game you played...
Oh,
Okay,
I
I'm sorry,
remember
I'm
stuff
showing
like
this.
that.
Each game you played, there was little slide-in thing.
I don't want to cut you off.
And it would tell you what all these stinking buttons did, so you knew what was happening with the controller. But this was like the first introduction of something called a D-pad, and it had the 4 buttons on the side. And
You just gave me a happy...
You remember this?
No, you gave me a happy memory. I had this robot, Alfie. Ralphie?
Robbie the robot.
No. Alfie, he had please insert a card and press the green go button. Hi, I'm Alfie. Let's be friends. And like you do little activities on him, and he'd have little cards you could insert, and you'd like push different things. Oh, that was such a happy memory. Thanks for sparking that.
I had something before that was called Robbie the robot, and it took 8-track tapes, and it had A, B, C, and D, and you go through adventures with him, and he'd be like, press A, B, or C, A, B, C, or D now, and you'd have the chance to hit the 4 buttons to see what would happen in the adventure next. But I had to break out that controller because I have the Intellivision
cool.
flashback, and I got real excited when that thing came out because it does have skiing. And it's the only Intellivision game that I actually have in the box. There it is. So that was my very first gaming memory. That is the Intellivision Amico, which is coming out this year.
Yeah. Whenever
40 years later.
Whenever Eric was looking it up, I was like, oh look, I was like, they're coming up with one this year.
Yeah, this system was very 70s. It was wood grain everything. But yes, they are coming out with the Intellivision Amico by Christmas season this year. It's supposed to hit.
I think it's October.
And that is built around all family gaming. It's all about local multiplayer. They want to go back to old school family games where you just pick up the controller and you instantly know how to play the game. It's all about simple, fun family game night.
Back in the days when you have to be in the same room as someone to play.
Right?
Player.
Womp womp.
And the controllers actually look a lot like the old school controllers.
Yeah.
You can actually, there's an app you can download that turns your cell phone into a controller, so you don't have to buy a bunch of controllers either.
Yeah, like they would miss a huge.
So all the games are like $6 or less. So it's going to be a very family friendly system, and they just started hyping it at GameStop.
There's my Alfie. I had this exact one.
Just not
I don't remember
1996
that.
Alfie.
I liked Alfie. Sorry. Good memories.
I do remember something like
He's
that.
a game. He's a vintage
It is a game. So, well, I guess that's our original memories.
Yeah.
That's where we started with video games. Of course, we want to hear about your original gaming experiences, so please put that in the comments. And Wynnie, do the thing.
Like, follow, and subscribe to keep updated with when our new videos are posted. And don't forget
To hit that bell.